Welcome back to another episode of Captain's Predictions that are predicted to go wrong. Start with game number 1, Rebel on the Double versus El CHAPO. I haven't faced Rebel on the Double, so I am not sure what they are about. However, the stats that I've seen are that Edmund Beta has not been pitching up to par. Stephen Giddy has not gotten grip of that yet. I know he did miss a game last week. It was 2 weeks ago, one of the two. But he has not really gotten grip of his team, which is kind of surprising. I just don't think they have enough manpower to face El CHAPO, which is Elliot Mann's team. I did face them last week. I do know what they're about. They're a patient team. They have a very decent lineup. And my predictions are that if El CHAPO makes less than 10 errors this week, they will take a sweep. I think Diamondstein will dominate. Rebel and Double just does not have enough manpower to compete with Diamondstein. Just don't walk the ballpark, and Diamondstein and Elliot Mann will take easy control this coming week. I do predict that Stephen Giddy will have 5-6 walks, but El CHAPO will take 2 this week. Diamondstein single-handedly will dominate. I just have to see more from Edmund Beta. I did see when I played against him in the Tahina League, he had a lot of good moments, a lot of bad moments, and up until now, I've just seen too many bad moments for them to even squeeze out one game. My first predictions go to El CHAPO with a sweep. It'll be a little messy, but I think commandingly they will take the first series and they will win both games. Game number 2, we have Mamba Mentality versus Super Smash Brothers. I know I've been giving Dan Braun a really hard time over here. But going through the list, I haven't faced Super Smash Brothers, but what I do know is that I think they are the most underrated team in the league. They were predicted to go 0-42, but you have the ageless Jackie Schwecke pitching. Listen, Jackie Schwecke is going to keep you in games. He won't single-handedly win games, and he won't lose any games to you, unlike some other pitchers in this league. You know, you play a solid defense, you will win a game. I'm just going through the list. Joey Batesh, I don't know who you are, I'll be honest. Mickey Epstein, Ralph Lamashama, Jack Beebe. Jack Beebe, great guy, even better player. You have David Southton, Leo Assis, Hebrew Hammer. Hebrew Hammer is very underrated. Big stick. He'll come at you when you're least expecting it. They just have a solid team through, I think, compared to Mamba Mentality, who's got a lot of injuries. I know I just got off the phone with Joe West. I want to know what his status was, because maybe Mamba Mentality will pick up some, 5-star recruit from the 5 towns or from wherever else. But there's a hope that Joe West will be playing. You have Dan Braun, who's been pitching, he's been pitching average. He won't walk guys. He'll put the ball in play. His team, I think, is very, very shaky on defense. Like I said, Joe West is injured, so he's not getting to 50% of the balls that he should be getting to. Yoni Sofada has been hitting very well. Doesn't really have a position. I mean, I'll be honest, when he did pitch against us, he pitched pretty well, so Dan, think about that one. Benji Ashkenazi, you cannot be hitting number 8 or 9 in the lineup. You got to be moved up to 5 or 6, or even number 2. Switch the lineup out around. I think you guys can do a lot better than the way you guys fared against us. Listen, Dan, if you're going to give up 1 or 2 runs a game, you're not going to lose any games, but I don't think that's going to happen. Super Smash Brothers, I think they will take 2 this week. Jackie Schwecke, you heard me. You will take 2 this week. Mamba Mentality will give up way too many runs. They will make a couple of big errors. And they will not fare well. They will lose, I don't know what score it will be, but they will lose 2 this week against Super Smash Brothers and Jack Beebe's team. And they don't really have any big hitters, Mamba Mentality. They just, they got Yoni and Joe. Like I said, Joe's injured, so I don't know. Joe, you let me down last time. I think Super Smash Brothers will take 2. And Dan, I'm sure I'll be getting a lot of calls and messages yelling at me, and will take it out. This is, I don't even know what number this is already. And for the third and final matchup, we have the Jokers versus the Lethal Weapon. You have, we've faced the Jokers before. I have not faced Lethal Weapon. Looking at Lethal Weapon's team, I think that they have a very high-powered offense. Going through the lineup, Yaakov Surya, phenomenal hitter. Mark Bersano, Akiva Manik, Chaz, solid, middle lineup hitter. You have Zul, who's been there at the field already since 6:30. Isaac Sasson, nice slap hitter. Chesky Itzkowitz, my brother. I'm not really going to say much about him, but he's improved. Nice solid hitter. David Dweck, Jack Messeri, David Cohn, Vic Shrem, and Morris Esses. I think that they are the second best lineup after the Bullbusters, facing the Jokers, which in my opinion they are the highest powered defense in the league. That's all going to fall back on Marcone. Does he implode that 1 or 2 innings, which we have seen him do consistently? They did that against last week, the first inning against Mamba Mentality. But besides for that, Marcone has been pretty much on par. I just haven't seen enough of the Jokers offensively where they can say, hey, even though it's a relatively easy pitcher against Yaakov Surya, he's not overpowering, he throws the ball up a lot. I think they could score a lot of runs, however, I think that they won't. My prediction is Lethal Weapon will take a sweep against the Jokers. It'll be pretty close, and at the end, the Jokers, Lethal Weapon will wake up just like they did the last couple of weeks. They just wake up late. They will put on a couple of runs, Mark will walk a couple of guys, and then they will just, it'll be too much for the Jokers to handle. The only way I see the Jokers stay in the game is their solid defense. Listen, Lethal Weapon will put the ball in play. Their defense really has to be on par, but it will not be on par. Lethal Weapon will take 2 games against Morty Shrem's defensively stacked team. They will make a couple of errors, and like I said, Lethal Weapon will sweep. I just haven't seen enough of the Jokers coming up in the big spot and pulling through. Just going through Ellie Konersberg against us. Like I said, it was the first week of the season. It was tough. Mark Richter had a solid game. Morty Shrem got to pick up his offense. Lawrence Kurtz, listen, Yak, you got to pitch him low. You pitch him high, he will smash that deep to left field, and he will hurt you. Just keep the ball low against him. You'll be fine. Don't make too many errors, and Lethal Weapon will sweep both games behind their powered offense. Nothing to do with their defense or their pitching whatsoever. And the Jokers will hang in there, but they'll lose it late. Marcone will have that 1 or 2 couple of big innings, and Lethal Weapon will sweep. Not to mention, I think Yak went like 1 for 7, 1 for 8 against Jackie Schwecki. I don't think he'll do that this week, but I think even though he does, I think they will still thank this year's sponsors for making our league possible. The Community Assistant Fund, and Orot Sarah, Jackie Schwecki, the ageless Jackie Schwecki, and also Ariel University. And last but not least, Eat and Run Cafe, Marcone. You're amazing, you have great food, great service, and keep it up, Mark. See you on the field.